Good morning. Get up, yawn, cough, say your prayers, do anything you got to do to get the day started. Down, we back at it once again, man. Once again, we almost got a year in.
Oh, yeah, it's next month, I think.
Next month.
Okay, congratulations.
February. And one more thing, man. Happy birthday to me, man. So
Yeah, man. Let me get it. Now, happy birthday, bro, man. You just think about over a year ago. It's been almost 2 years that you reached out and we did something in the park for free during COVID, right?
Yes.
That's how, man, you end up meeting, really.
Yes.
I didn't know you before then. And since then, we've been rocking hard ever since, man. I just want to bless you on your journey, bro, because you've been doing some great things, man, and you're consistent. That's the best thing about it. Yeah. You consistent, man, and you push me. Yes. For instance, so happy birthday, man, and enjoy yourself, man, to the fullest, and make this year the best year. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So we got 3 spectacular ladies up here with us today, man. We got the runoff coming up, man, right, for the council at large, right? So we got Josi Edwards up here. We thank you for coming, Josi. We appreciate
you for having me.
This morning. We got Yaz Gonzalez. We thank you for coming again back on the show. This is your second time coming on. And then we got the one and only Feliciano, who always cussing me out when she get in here. But that's on the next note.
No, you got to give us something. You got to say something that's the most crazy.
Most crazy, right? I got to get insane with you, right? But we thank you for coming back on again.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Where's the snacks?
We don't like giving out snacks because last time we did something, we gave out snacks. People said we already got all the health food. we try not to.
That's
we
all
try
right.
to
That's
use
the
snacks
whole point.
away. But some people be like, oh, we don't want that this morning, so we limit that sometimes. But we appreciate y'all though. We thank y'all.
Thank you.
And we thank y'all for even stepping out there to run, man. To run out and put yourself on the line like this. This is something great. Yeah. I think for y'allself, because y'all doing it. But for me seeing it, and then 3 women, young, vibrant, and wanting to get back to the city. I think it's awesome for me. Yeah. So to get in my questions to y'all, we'll go one at a time. I'll start with you, Josi, first, man. How did it feel, right? Y'all won, but then something, they got to go into... How did that feel? I'm saying just the feeling. Just tell me the feeling where it's like, oh, y'all won, but then it's like, oh, no, we got to do a runoff to feeling. How that feeling was. Like, did you were like, oh, I'm ready to start again? Or I was like, oh, my God, not this again. How did it feel?
It was a I freaking knew it, man. It was like, I knew it. It was too good to be true. Yeah. Like, I never, ever for a single second got excited about winning. Because I felt like something was just going to go left. It was going to go wrong. It was taking too long for them to count and everything like that. And then people was just acting really weird. So I was like, no, something's going to happen. It's not over yet. And then like a day and a half after the certification, no less, a lawsuit. I'm like, I knew it, man. I knew it.
So you wasn't ready. You was like, something gonna go wrong. So
When I saw that lawsuit come out, I knew it was gonna be a runoff. I'm like, well, here we are.
How about you, Yaz? How you felt?
It was a mix of emotions. I was gonna say, it was disappointing. And I say that because we did wait so long. So I thought because we waited so long and they took so long to let us know and say it's official. I was like, okay, it's official. You know what I mean? Like, I took it they took almost 2.5, 3 weeks before we actually, they said we were certified. So once that certification came, I'm like, okay, this is it. You know? Once the lawsuit came, then it was like, oh, here we go. Then I knew then that we would be in a runoff. So it was just disappointing.
Crystal, let's hear yours. I know you was probably jumping.
I was irritated as heck. I had shot my shot. I had pulled out all the tricks. I was coming New York style on them in the city with the TV mobile, the whole thing. And then to be told after waiting, like they said, you know, and then the numbers being certified. And then to hear that the certified numbers were still being up there. How do you recertify what was certified, right? And then to hear that the lawsuit had hit and that we had to do this again. I was done. I was just irritated. I was frustrated and mentally exhausted, right? And so then to have to get right back into gear again, because so many people, we waited to even have them say congratulations. Right. And then when we were like, okay, you can say congratulations. And then people were like, congratulations. And then it was like, yeah, never mind.
Take it back.
It ain't yet. Not now. And they're like, what are you talking about? And we're like, we have to do this again. And so this time, this time, when they say congratulations, it's gonna be the last time.
Right.
So this is it.
This question for any one of y'all. Did it question any of y'all did like want to like fall back, stop, say I'm good?
Like not definitely not to quit.
No.
I mean, we worked hard,
No.
tirelessly for an entire year. Like
Okay.
it, like I was telling you guys earlier, it was mentally draining.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so just the work that we put in, you can't stop. And you can't stop, not just like from, well, I'm speaking for myself. I can't stop for just me because I got a whole team
Yes.
that put a lot of effort.
Yeah.
They sacrificed a lot of time, a lot of time away from their families. And I don't want, like they're excited. There's a lot of people on my team I know for sure that this was their first time being involved. So they're excited about it, and no, it's not a give up. It's hard. It was hard. I told them, I was like, I need a break before we start back. I couldn't do it. Like I just really, really couldn't wrap my head around like, how do we even start again? You know. So.
Well, to me, it felt like to me it felt a little good. Me going out to vote, I felt like when I first time I ever voted with Obama.
Right.
That's the first time I registered to vote,
Yeah.
and I wasn't nobody system, and so I voted Obama. So when I went to vote at June 3, it felt good to be voting in Trenton. Like then I had met two of y'all. Then I was gonna meet you and everything, so it felt good for me to vote. Well, one thing I gotta tell y'all, like, just keep going hard. Even if you get in, if you don't, just keep going hard for the city. We need y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support and for that vote.
Appreciate
You
you.
know what I mean? We needed that.
I ain't want to put out who I voted for because
That's
can't
how
watch
it
it.
is.
So I just said
It's all right.
I ain't want to
But
say
it
that.
doesn't even matter if
It
you
don't
voted for
matter.
us.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you even came out to vote.
I don't want to
Yeah.
seem like I'm putting some. Then
You
they be
go.
suing us now.
No,
Says,
no, no,
Nah,
no.
they can't see this.
Yeah.
I come out
That's your
and
right.
No,
Yeah.
me. I voted for y'all, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. And I was come on my life, some of my reasons,
Right.
Yeah.
But y'all, right? It was more of the connection, of vibe, the city, not just me personally. Not saying because I might know your ass or man, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah,
It was the things,
Yes.
and even me and Josi a couple times, but the things she was doing before I even knew her, met her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the events she just was doing for the city, for the violence. You guys see, hear this. Oh, I got this coming up. And then she inboxed me one time I came out, the one and stuff like that. So it was that what made me like, oh yeah, this the one. This is what we need because I watched our city be terrorized by these people who's in these positions, and they beef with each other, but not helping the city.
Yes.
So it's like, man, we need younger faces. We need some
Yes.
vibrant
Yes.
individuals. So that's why I'm out vote because I'm like, this is what we need. And then younger people, I'm like, oh yeah, so they can inspire some other younger people.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was me, and my thing is to y'all is like, or like the drive to keep going with this runoff, right? The drive is, do you change pivots or would you gotta like, is it the same steps that you had before, or is you doing something different now to try to get people to come back out? Because I know this is gonna be hard for y'all. So each one of y'all might take a second to answer this or whatever, but I know it might be hard. Like, what is your pivot now to get people back out to vote for you now? Because I know that got to be challenged. So we start with you first, Josi.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say, to what you said before, the runoff, like we expected a runoff. It's a crowded field of 9 people, and it's impossible for any one of us to get 50% plus one. That was always a known fact from the beginning. So, having a runoff it wasn't a surprise to my team. We were prepared for it. The only pivot was to slate with these 2 beautiful women.
Okay.
So once we slated, it was to figure out what that looks like. How do we move together? Do we move individually or some things together on some things? So, figuring out how do we flow? How do we reach people and stuff like that? And how do we navigate around people that may support 2 or 1 and not the other 2 or 1, so it's navigating around stuff like that. And those vote by mails, that was the main thing. So before it was like knock, knock. Now it's okay, now y'all gotta fill out these VBMs because it's cold, it's wintertime, it's our first time voting in January, so we want to push the vote by mails as much as possible to get people to vote early in case the weather is bad.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty much what she said. It was a hard decision, because we all are strong women in our own right. Obviously, we did something right individually to get to where we were.
Yes.
And so just like she said, just to navigate how we're going to bring that together. She had a different strategy when she did it. I had a different strategy. She may have had a different strategy. So just bringing those ideas and moving as one, the challenge that we do face is that, like, some people may want to support these two and not want to support me, or vice versa. You know, like, so. I mean, we're working through it, and I just hope that the people. I think if the people spoke who they wanted for. You know what I mean? They said they wanted us three. So my thing is, we just need everyone to please get back out there and let your voice be heard. I wanted to say something too about the runner. I should have said it on the last one, but when they said we were going to court, and like I was the main one that got this attorney because there is two different formulas. I want people to understand that. It wasn't like it's automatically a 50% rule. It's two different formulas, and the formula that was given to, the numbers that were given to the clerk at the time was based off of the amount of numbers that, the total number of ballots that were cast, which was like 9,000. And according to that, I believe the number was like 2,700, 2,800, whatever the number was. We've exceeded that. And so that was the reason why they said you go to a different, it's like, what was like A through F on this one law or whatever. So then you jump to the next one, and that's why he decided that it wasn't going to be a runoff. But then when they took him to court, it was stated that now they had the number of people who casted at least one vote for one at-large person, which was 8,000. And that's when the 50% came in.
Yeah, but
I hope I explained that right?
Yeah. Right, but even off of that, right? The reason why the clerk used the formula, the latter of the two that was given, was because he had to have his number in by that Wednesday. He had to have his number in. He had to have it in. And what happened was he didn't know the total number of people. That whole election, November 8th, was off the hook. So he didn't have the exact number that was needed to say 50% or this. And so the second part of the formula allows you to say, because I don't know the exact number, we're going to use this formula. We're going to take the total number. We're going to divide it by 6. We're going to add 1. And that's how we're going to determine the winner. They took it to court and said, no, you could have asked. You could have had them open the machine. You could have done a lot of things. Well, no, because by the time all of this had happened and it got down to the wire, now we're looking at Thanksgiving. Dominion was closed for 2 days. When they opened up the machines and got in, they found other ballots. They still were certified numbers on top of numbers. So in theory, he did not know the exact number. And so when the attorney from the city side went to initially explain that, because they didn't explain it in that fashion, the judge was like, oh no, well yeah, that sounds good over there. We're going to go ahead this way. And by the time they thought about it and came back to try to explain it, the judge was like, look,
it's a runoff.
We're doing it, and that's just it. So, I don't know. To their point, I agree with them. The only spin is we collabed, and I think it's a good thing, right? And at first it was like, well, what is this going to look like? What is this going to be like? But we all have our different, unique strengths. And the one thing that I've seen that I'm pleased with personally is that we are able, we know each other, right? But that we are able to come together and look and piece this thing together from our perspectives to get it done. And that only reinforces for me what council is going to look like. Because when you get people, that can actually just work together and say, well, that is a good idea. Okay, I didn't think about that. Yeah, let's rock that way. And nobody is, that's a good thing. That's a great start.
But could it be another runoff?
No.
I'm just saying, because they did right first.
I'm going to run off. If there is, that's what I'm going to run off.
I think I had a PTSD moment or something. I don't know.
Could it go overtime again? So
might feel
what about
a
they
little
go the same way?
strongly about
So
On the runoff, in the runoff, no, it is the top 3 people.
Okay.
So we need everybody to come back out to let us
Okay.
top 3.
So this one is done. This last one is
the last one.
Now, you know what I didn't think about? If it was a tie or something like that, how does that work?
Oh my God.
I know. I just thought about that.
Yeah,
No,
but
we're
ain't
not
no-
talking about
ain't
that.
We're not even going to speak that into
existence.
We're not because we see what's happening with the North Board right now.
Yeah.
One
Literally
vote.
one vote,
vote.
and
One makes a
we
difference.
suspected that. Like me and my mom used to talk about that all the time. Like it's going to come down to one vote. And when they said they had 4
So who was
ballots,
the one vote? Who was the one vote? Somebody.
well, we don't know who
Yeah,
the
no,
one
who
vote,
they-
but it
they
went to
said they
Jennifer
need one.
Williams.
They need one.
Right.
Okay.
So now the other candidate is calling for a recount and going to take it to court and everything. So
I mean,
it's
that's
not-
one, but that's
it's just one vote, so it's
So that's-
understandable.
Yeah, somebody could have made a
See, now
mistake.
that's
count.
close.
But we don't
Yeah,
want
that's
that.
close.
Well,
That's
I
close.
need one wood to knock
Right.
on.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
want
got
some
to
wood.
buy by like
Yeah.
2,000.
But
Yeah, like 1,500, 500, 700.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Right.
I don't
So
wanna-
And a recount's not even as expensive as what I was told previously. It's only $700.
Okay.
Previously, I was told like $5,000, but it's only $700. So that is actually a worthwhile investment
It's only
for
one.
one
Yeah.
vote because you just want to
Yeah.
make
You wanna
sure.
be sure,
You know what I mean? So,
Well,
so
I have to say that this screw up with Dominion cost us 6 figures to have this
Yes.
second runoff.
Yeah.
It cost us 6
three.
figures.
We got 3
Come
runoffs.
back.
Moving the
I mean,
election to
3 elections.
November was saving us all this money
Okay.
because then the financial part falls on the county because
Okay.
it'll be with them. Before, when it was in the primary in May and June, we paid
That's
for it.
the
The
city
city
pays
paid
for
for it.
Okay.
But now the county pays for it.
Yeah.
But when there's runoffs, I believe we pay for that because we're the only ones on the ballot. So we had to pay for December and now January.
Oh,
So,
that-
yeah,
that adds a
Because
lot
of that,
money.
because
and
of
then we're
that
about to
screw
have a
up.
school
Because
board
of that.
election
Yeah.
coming
Now we
up
got the
next
school
year.
board.
It's a lot going
lot.
on. It's a
Oh,
lot
yeah, so
going
this
on.
is.
I'm elected
so
out.
y'all getting y'all get in the office. Y'all gonna be running.
Yeah.
Y'all going off right running. If y'all
Well,
when y'all
the-
get elected in office, y'all gonna be it's gonna just jump right because y'all already.
Oh, it's
A
every
couple of
4
months
years
in.
for at large.
Yeah, it's 4
No, I'm saying I know
years.
it's every 4 years law.
You
Say
talking
y'all
about
get
just getting in working.
Yeah, say if you're
Yeah.
working, y'all as soon as y'all get in, y'all
Well-
can start working, ain't y'all?
Oh, immediately.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they won't take 3 and 4 weeks to say we're certified and swear people in.
Yeah.
Because we're already starting behind the ball game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Y'all
I
probably
would
go
hope
in
that
and
they
running.
would find some urgency in that and
Right.
get it done.
According
quick.
to the county's date, February 2nd was the date they have to the city clerk has to certify.
Well, we not.
We'll-
We saw.
We'll see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
See.
just praying that they know the urgency of it.
Well,
I
and
pray so.
depending too on what happens in the North Ward, because that would be crazy as heck if by chance we get locked in, they find out that
yeah.
goes another way. They done already inducted somebody else, and like we could just be in line for a total upset.
This is like a never-ending
and
election.
and so
Wow.
people just really need to understand the urgency and the importance of getting out to
Absolutely.
vote.
Every
we need you
single
to
one
vote all
counts.
the time.
And
Like
don't take it
you
for
need
granted.
to vote.
Yeah, because some
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, yes, you got it.
You
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
You
no.
don't understand.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's important.
I think this is the tricky part because now it's like, I don't know for sure, a lot of y'all probably got younger class, let's say our age groups, let's say from like 30, 45 ranges, whatever, that young group, right, to come out and vote for y'all.
Right.
Right? So it's like, me, I'm like, how is they going to come back out?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's hard. I'm like, to me,
They
I'm
will
not
if you
running, but
They
I'm like,
said they
yeah,
are.
I'm
They
just-
will
no,
if you
I know,
help
but I'm
us.
just saying how that encouragement to get them to come do it, though.
Yeah.
It's
is I
really
feel the
informing
hard
them
part.
because
Ah,
some
there
people
you go.
don't know. We
Don't
went
know.
walking in an area out West Trenton where
Yeah.
these people vote all the time,
Yeah.
and they didn't know it was a runoff. They're like, I thought
See,
you
stuff
won.
like
I'm
this.
Right.
So
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
about letting people
Like that.
know.
I
So
didn't know
you
that.
guys putting this out there, like just keep spreading the word. Like, no, we got to get back
Yeah.
out January 24th.
Okay.
People
Okay.
don't know that.
Cause that's why I'm like, how they gonna get these people like they encourage
why
the
we
younger
back
people
out.
population
Yeah.
to get back out there? Cause sometimes younger people is not as encouraged to do it a second time.
Right.
Most times, cause the first time is a spark. Some
Yeah.
people will spark, and you probably got somebody who never voted, and it was
Yeah.
30
Well, we need to spark
and
them.
they came back out. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
I
it's
had
like to
a
try to
couple
get them
of
that
them,
spark again. I'm like, now they gotta find a way to ignite them again. Cause you got some older ones, that's usually what they've been doing.
Right.
for the
Yeah.
lifespan.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm like, how is they gonna spark these younger people? The ones
But
they
that's why
connect
we
to?
come
Well,
on shows
because-
like
yeah.
this and we move
Okay.
around
I have to say,
help
though,
get the word
awareness
out.
right.
We need
Yeah.
everybody to help us to do this.
And
I
there
had-
are, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, and I do have some people who, like you said, they were their first time voting. They were my age, 42 years old. So they're like, what? Like they feel like they've been robbed. So they're like, oh
Yeah.
no, whatever, we coming back out. And I'm
okay.
like, okay, so you
Yes.
have some of those people that are like, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it
Okay.
again. But then
Yeah,
it's
we
just
coming.
people who
Okay.
but you gotta talk to them and let them know I'm sorry.
That was exactly what I
Ah.
was gonna say.
No, that's good.
Because the younger people, and then 10 years younger than that, they all like, dang, I thought you won. What
Right.
happened?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, they not
No.
about to steal this
Right.
election. We
Okay.
coming back out.
Okay.
You know.
So it's good to hear that
So-
they
Yeah,
more
there's
some
they
people
motivated.
that are upset
yeah, still
about
come
it.
out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
that- I just was thinking that myself. Cause I'm like, Dad, some people don't be like.
So let me speak from the
Let's go.
older
Let's go for the
perspective.
older
It went
perspective.
back.
Okay,
Nah,
okay.
We got three
Because
generations.
they like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, the young,
This
the
is
young,
good. This
the
is three
young.
generations.
Crystal, you young too.
Yeah,
So wait a
right.
minute. I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Lance Lopez, but. He said up there the other day when we had a joint fundraiser, right? He was like, yeah, they'll come and party and stuff. He was like, but don't be upset because like the senior citizens and the church folks, you know, they're not going to come to the party. I said, what is you saying? But we all have our draw, right?
Yeah.
But even on the older tip, I'm 52, right?
Yeah,
So
young.
even from,
Young.
right,
10
I'm a
years.
young 50,
I'm 30.
but
Almost.
even from the older tip, right? Because they are used to voting. When I hit the door, I'm like, yo, we got to do this again. And they said it's already done.
Yeah.
And so from their perspective, they're like, look, I already got my ballot. I know what time it is.
Yeah.
It's already over. Y'all go ahead and keep going. Put that sign down, right? Because then I tell people, can I still put a sign down? Yes, thank you. And then like, now go forth and do what you got to do. They're already calling their people, letting them know, right? And then we have the older ones that know, give me 8 more shines so I can tell my people what we doing. Like they know. And so that's the beautiful part of from the older perspective as well. And then you got the students in the classroom. I told them straight up, this is war. They trying to take this from us. You've got your 2 teachers out there. You've got your community young activists out there. She fighting for your life and everything. Y'all got to tell your parents to get out there. They're like, yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's,
you know.
that's a spark. But
That is
that's
a spark.
good though.
That's
Y'all,
y'all faces do make it seem like hope. Like if y'all elected y'all in office, you was like I gotta go get a job. And then cause you see familiar faces that look like you your age and everything. You feel like I go for that application. I get a job. It's opportunities out there for them. Because when you see a lot of older people getting in office, not nothing against them. Well, I'm talking about older when they been sitting in office all their life. They can't. They don't be just. They look over us. We always a threat. The young generation is always a threat.
You said the
That's
right
how they
word.
feel. I don't care how good you're doing. You ain't
That's
never
right.
been in trouble or nothing. The younger generation is a threat to the older generation. They don't just want to get out of seat. So y'all do give us hope. When I see y'all faces, when I came to y'all fundraiser up there, I was up there when Lopez was talking. I was looking at you. I said, "Well, that do look like hope." And the atmosphere felt like genuine. Like even though I might have a record, I might doing this and that, I felt like I got love. And everybody, greet each other and stuff like that. So that was a good look right there.
Yeah.
And plus, I see y'all out
got
there.
a record?
Huh?
I say even though you got a what?
A record, a jail record.
Like,
A
okay.
jail record.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying,
I
you
know,
but
but
sometimes you go places, you got a record.
That was a good one.
Sometimes you go,
That was a good one.
now, sometimes you go places, you got a
Right,
record.
so
Now you get turned down for certain things, man. 'Cause
that's why
like right
I
now,
don't
I've
be
been
out
doing,
there with mine.
I've been doing good
because-
for like 16 years. I ain't been in no trouble. No. But if I do one wrong thing and the cops looking wrong, they gonna say bump all the training you do, all talking to y'all, everything. You been doing this. You just been getting over it. So it made me feel good to be where I'm at now and where I was at before.
Right.
To be in the presence of people that, because this is new to me. Usually, I was in the presence of a bunch of people from I'm talking about
Right.
packages. Now I'm talking about corporate stuff. Politicking with people, networking and stuff. It's just a lot different. It's
Second
different.
chance.
That was a learning
it's
lesson
different.
for you. That's all. And you've taken it.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you guys have taken that experience and turned it into a positive. Look what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys are involved in the city. You guys are trying to bring all these health initiatives to the city, and that so kudos to y'all. You know what I mean? Like, and it ain't. Some people will get in that cycle and keep it going. You guys took it and flipped it.
Because it does get discouraging. People do look at
Shout
you
out to
sideways.
Yeah.
They be like, "Oh, you got record. Oh, you can't do this. You can't."
Yeah.
No. I'm running because I'm trying to give people like us
Yeah.
with records
Yeah.
a second chance. I got mine totally accidentally. I ain't even do nothing wrong. It just happened.
Yeah.
But I know being out there and having a record and stuff like that, people look at you different. They don't give you the same opportunities or nothing like that. They don't want to let you in the rooms that they're in. And you gotta kick in the door, man. You gotta kick in the door. But like, shout out to the city, to the administration, to Mayor Gusiora specifically for having and creating a Return to Citizens program. You know, to give people an opportunity. Like, you should be able to be in any room you want to be in, regardless of what happened to you.
Using the people too, not for just starting it up, just because it's
like a facade, like it's real,
and letting it rock, you know. And to that point too, and I'm glad we're having this open, authentic conversation. I like open, good conversations.
This is what I
What's interesting is that some people have said, right? Oh, look at the three of them. And look at the three other women that linked up and what they did and everything like that on council. The difference is that we're teaming up to push through this effort to get us elected, right, and selected again, but not to be on council to work against the administration or to work against the city. We're not here to rubber stamp anything. We're not here to just be like, oh, because this is put in front of us by the administration, it's an automatic yes. That's not what this is. We are three independent thinking women who are moving to help the city to be the best that it can be, right? And so I wanted to say that too. So just because you see three good women, because you had an issue with the three other women, we're different women, right? Our agendas are different, our motives are different, our hearts are different. We're here to do the work of the city and to be positive resources to help Trenton move forward. And so I just wanted to say that as well.
I think that's a good note, though, because people will think of that, though. Because of how y'all came together and the things y'all doing, that is just because, because they're going to just do this.
No.
But I know y'all got your own plans, but y'all come together collectively, though. And y'all might disagree on some things that y'all can iron out and figure what should be right.
And who wants to spend...
That's hard for people.
Who wants to spend thousands of dollars? Like, now, let's look at it from a practical financial standpoint. It ain't cheap to run an election. No. It's not a campaign in an election. It's not. It costs money. You need resources. You need a lot of things. And so why go out? I mean, we shot it out the first time and we did it and we got through it. But why not collaborate together and put our funds and everything together to help us go ahead and do it again? It only made sense. It only made sense.
Nah, I think that's amazing. But I like it because watching the other ones when they was on you saw nothing but combativeness between each other. They're all of them. This one talk about this one. So it's like there's no unity between them. So how can the city even have unity?
Exactly.
So that's what we bring. See, but that's what y'all bring, and that's what I like. And a lot of things I like about y'all. That's why I say I go on just being around, just hear y'all talk. When certain places I ain't got to be there, just hear y'all talk and things like that. That's the unity and the backing of each other. You know, because now one of y'all gonna be right all the time.
And we're not gonna always agree.
Not always agree all the time.
But we ain't cussing each other out.
We're not about to be out here. Y'all done got to the point y'all ain't out here cussing each other out, stabbing the next person in the back. Doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think people need to see. That's what unites us more.
And if we do come to a point where it's like, all right, we may disagree, whatever, it will be handled behind closed doors.
And
we're
respectfully,
and respectfully, it's not be this, be that. It's no. We'll voice our opinions or whatever, but you hash that stuff out before you get into the meeting in front of the public.
It's already settled.
Like we've already discussed it, and it's not. We're humans. Everybody's not going to be the same, you know. So
last city council, they was like a reality TV show, man.
That's what I didn't like. I'm like, this.
It was like the Bad Girls Club or something. Like, what is happening?
We're trying to bring that pride back.
Because people don't believe. This is what makes it harder too for people I think who run. Is people don't believe in y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because of experience of what they saw from previously. For so long, though. It's been there for so long that way. And people wasn't even going out to vote then, so they was able to get back in easy. Because they had the same group of people coming out to vote for them. Because in them time frames, that 30 to 45 wasn't coming out to vote.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
They wasn't, because they ain't doing nothing for us. They
felt like they didn't know.
They didn't know, and plus there's no connection. Because you just popping up now because you running, you want me to come out for you. But no, when you see people who've been consistently doing something and their careers, working with the kids, doing things like that. You were always on the streets to me, God have. I thought you were part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was always
both sides of the fence.
People thought I worked at the city.
I'm like, yo.
They like, don't you work for the city? I'm like, no.
Because you're always on the streets.
I do everything on my own.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, she really like a part of the streets. And then what y'all do amazing things with the kids, helping them, ones coming to school who in need, y'all. But there's no cameras.
Yeah.
No, not talked about, not posted on social media though. So it's not like y'all was looking for something. This was genuinely in the inside.
Most
what y'all
of the greatest
was doing.
work that we've ever done,
You know what I'm saying?
the public would never see.
Never see.
Right.
And would never know that you did it unless
Yeah.
you tell somebody. you
Yeah,
did it.
nah.
So
Right.
to me, that's what sparks it.
And the only reason why I tell people is so you can encourage other people to do greatness
Yes.
for other people
Right,
too.
right.
You know, that's the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
way that anything should ever be public about what you do for the public.
And y'all made councilmen look. Y'all
Yeah,
made
You know what I
councilmen
mean?
look
'Cause
good.
now you have to
Yeah, you had to.
Y'all made councilmen look good. Cause first, I didn't know nothing about it. I just knew mayor, president. That's it, councilman.
No,
Y'all make it look. I just knew
that's all
mayor,
I knew.
president.
10 years
Like,
ago,
you know,
if you
you
would
councilman, you look. I heard of it.
Right.
And you know, you seen it, but usually I'd be like, who was the mayor? Did you know back when I was coming, Mayor Holland was mayor forever, then Palmer, then the other mayor that went to jail, then Tony Mack. So Holland was mayor forever when I was coming up. And I'm just saying, but I just knew mayor and president. Now y'all make it look good.
Yeah. No, I only knew mayor and president like 11 years ago. I knew mayor, I knew president. When gun violence was running rampant, it still is.
Yeah, so you gotta do
I started reaching out when we were doing that march, and I'm like, elected officials in Mercer County, so we can invite them. Because like, why would we come have a rally or a march or whatever and not invite the people that actually make the decisions for us? So I invited them. I'm like, what the heck is city council? I'm like, freeholders. I'm like, what's all these different positions? Like, so I started doing my research. I'm like, we the capital city of New Jersey. Mercer County is the richest county in New Jersey. Mercer County is also one of the richest counties in the United States. Trenton is one of the first and most historical cities in the country. And at one point, we was the nation's capital, and we looked like this. I was mad. I was real big mad, which is why I'm running. Because why are we like this? Why are everybody arguing? And then you wonder why people don't get along in the streets. Our leadership exemplifies what's happening in the streets. We can't say, oh, we need people to put the guns down, get a job, do this and that, and our leadership is in here arguing and showing they behind. So it's like, for what?
True.
This is normal.
Nah, you hit that. That's a great
function in dysfunction.
But just us not knowing how many people didn't know that, did not know that. You know what I'm saying about council, or should they vote for council? So that's what made it hard. And I think with y'all enlightening people and definitely educating people on this, it's a break like how you just broke it. That's educational to people. People don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think too that when you were saying that people don't believe in the people, I think that people didn't believe in the process. People do believe in the people now, which is why Reed Gusiora smoked them by 70%. Which is why we came out on top. Which is why the numbers in what people thought was going to go one way actually went another way, in spite of the hits that people tried to give and the innuendos and the stuff that people tried to throw. The one beautiful thing about our city is people understand that no one is perfect. People fall short. We make mistakes, but guess what? We are resilient. And so when you could look at somebody that's been through something and saw them pull up through, and then you know that they have helped other people to rise up, your heart is going to go in that direction because you know their heart is with the people. And that's what makes us different. Our hearts are with the people. We are not politicians. We need the platform to allow us to do the work, to help the people. But we were grassroots from day one. And what better people to put in position to represent you than people who are among you? Like, we're not just with you, we are among you. And we understand.
I'm not for the people, I am the people.
Right. It's us. It's us. Yes, it's us.
People didn't understand. Like, I'm
approach.
everybody said, yeah, but why your campaign colors red and black? You know that's the Republican color, red. I'm like, Trenton is red and black. That's why I picked red and black, like for real. And that's how I red and black. That's when you think of
That's
Trenton,
our tornado colors.
we're red and black. And so they're like, you can't do. Yes, I can. This is what I'm doing.
Right.
And that's we are the people.
Period.
That's it. We're not.
That's why y'all
wonderful,
man.
Y'all.
And we love everybody.
Y'all out there.
We love everybody.
See, people will believe in this. People will believe in this. You spark people up and be like, yes, I like this person, or I like all three of them. Yeah. So when people hear all three of y'all talk together, y'all like, oh, I like all three of them. So I want to be around them. How can I help them? How can because you have people come out who want to help, who wouldn't go help no other. No other councilwoman or nothing. You get what I'm saying? They're like, I would never go over there and help them do anything. Yeah. But people eager to come out and want to help y'all, asking like, yo, you need help? What y'all need help with? How can we help y'all?
And we don't kick nobody back in.
So if you want to come and help us, we are
tell people. Let that out there. Let that out there. Because I know y'all might need some help. Let people know when they can come help us.
Come help us.
Every day
Come
we
help
are,
us.
right. Especially after moving forward, like every single day we're walking. Every day we're knocking. Every day we're calling. Every day we're out. We're not calling and walking. Somebody's putting out signs.
Yes.
We're in the buildings, visiting people. But every single day, if you have any free time and you are willing to help us get across the finish line, please reach out to us. I know our headquarters is on Broad and Perry Street,
200 North Broad.
But we normally there. I know for me, like right after school, I want to try to walk every day. I know she gets off a little later, so that's why we are spreading out so we can hit the city a little bit more.
We got people walking now.
Right.
We got a whole
people
team out right now walking while we here
That's
doing this. Yes.
So we can't stress it enough that January 24th, we really need everybody to come back out.
So is it in you could go in or you just
That's
it's in person.
It's in person
There's no
too?
early
It's in person
voting.
too?
Yes.
Okay.
There's no early voting.
Except
So
for the
just on
vote
the
by
24th.
mail.
Except for the vote by mail.
Okay.
And you can go and request your vote by mail ballot at the courthouse.
209 South Broad,
Get your
second
ballot
floor.
right there, fill it out, and put it in a drop box.
So you go to the same place you voted at before? Like you voted
On the
last time?
24th,
Same-
yes.
Okay, on the 24th.
You should have
yes.
received a sample ballot by now, hopefully, to tell you on that sample ballot, it will show you where your voting location is.
Right. And you could go down to 209 South Broad Street, fill out an application for a mail-in ballot, and ask them for your actual ballot right there on the spot. You can fill it out, cast your vote, put
1, 3, and 4.
it right in the drop box outside of the building.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, it's a
I got
drop
an
box
appointment on
outside of the
Tuesday,
building
too.
at 209, the
Right
old
there.
courthouse.
The old
The old courthouse. Yeah.
And right outside, there's 4 drop boxes in the city by
Okay.
Trenton
I
High,
might do that
by the
Tuesday.
courthouse,
Behind
on
City
Warren
Hall.
Street,
Yeah.
and City Hall.
And Henry J. No.
The Henry J. also on Warren.
Oh, okay.
And at the 640 building too.
Is there one out there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we have a
right,
few.
right.
There's a few drop boxes.
So they can put it in those specific mailboxes, but it's going to be very key for us to have that.
Well, before I end and get my closing remarks, I just like congratulate y'all. Y'all gonna win.
Thank you.
Y'all just get in there, do what you gotta do, help this city get greater, get better. Y'all just make sure y'all stay focused, stay true to yourself. And my biggest thing, don't lie to you and start believing it. That's the biggest thing. Don't lie to you and start believing it, because you'll go somewhere else. And that's all I got to say.
But we need y'all to help keep us, grounded and accountable.
That's our plans going in. It's definitely help forgot is on the agenda, because definitely with me, what I would talk to people when I get around, because I think that's should be a part of the movement of the city. Because without health, everything else fails too. You don't think right if you're not healthy. You know what I'm saying? The kids, the adults, we get overweight, whatever the case may be. No matter if we slumming out, we still don't have energy. We might get up lethargic. It drains us because of life in itself. So I push because it's important for everybody.
Yeah.
And not just saying, oh no, you got diabetes, you need to work out. Nah, it ain't because we fit. No, everybody from young to old need to be active each and every day, 4 to 5 times out the week, because it's important. And with people getting positions, I always say that only way you could be greater at what you do is you stay healthy.
That's right.
Because if your health deteriorates, you cannot work at your greatest potential.
Yeah,
how? You cannot excel on that next level if you're not healthy. If you get sick now, somebody else can't do your job because they're not going to do it the way you do it. That's right. That's for each one of y'all. If something happened to one of y'all, nobody going to have the passion and drive like y'all have it for what you want to do for the city.
Right.
Nobody.
That's true.
So that's all I got in me. I said, so for me, I love it so much. I have to stay healthy because I want to give this to so many people. I want to change communities with this. So I think this is very important, man. I just want to thank y'all for coming out. I know y'all got to go. So thank y'all for coming out, man. Just keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all doing a tremendous job. I believe that y'all gonna get back in, because I think the city spoke the first time, and I think they'll speak again.
They're gonna speak again.
I don't think they're gonna turn left. Because I think they feel the energy, because the world run off energy. You talk to people, communications, through messages, texts, whatever it is, Facebook. You watch it, you see it. Energy brings people together. So I think y'all give that a positive energy.
Thank you.
Man, just keep going, man.
Keep praying for us.
Get in there. We praying, praying for y'all that this go right, how it's supposed to go, and just keep pushing, man, and keep doing it. tremendous job is what y'all doing, man. I just look forward to being a part of the movement, to change our city. Let me just give y'all that, man. And before I go, I want to close out my brother, man. Happy birthday,
Happy
birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
So I say I can't sing, so that's all I'm going to do.
Before I close out, I'm gonna tell you one more thing. February, I'll be opening up my gym. February.
Gym is
coming up in February. I'll be opening up. So for everybody, I thought it was this month, but something happened, pushed back.
Okay.
So February, I'll be opening up.
That's what's
cool.
up, man.
Yes.
Congratulations. All of us, it's a new year for all of us, man. 2023, man. So the kids for us to rock this year, man, and have a great impact on people.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna leave it with. We're gonna have a great impact on people.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
Us having an impact on people, because when we do that, our lives gonna change for the greater anyway. Because while we helping people.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave with that
Love
shit,
it.
man. God's
Love
good,
it.
man. Yo, we gonna thank y'all. Yo, listen, make sure y'all
Thank
follow
you.
us,
Love
man.
y'all.
How Fitness Change Your Life podcast,
Yes.
man. How man check in on us on Instagram too. How Fitness Change Your Life on Instagram. You already know. Hit the IG, man. Share this post. The video going to drop by Wednesday of this week, man. It should be Wednesday or Thursday this week. And get it out there, man. Get out there and vote for these young, lovely ladies, man. 1, 3, and 4 on the ballot, man. Make sure you do it by mail-in if you can, man. If not, get your butt out there. Don't say it's raining. Don't say it's snowing. Get out there in that goddamn cold because we need y'all.
If you need a ride, we still have
Yes.
And if you need a ride, they said they
We will have transportation.
So get on their Facebook pages, man. You know they out there. You sell, man. But listen, please, 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 get out there. If you want change, get out there and vote.
January 24th.
Vote. January 24th. January 24th, 2023, y'all. January
Let's go.
24th, 2023. Get out there and vote for these young ladies, man. 1, 3, and 4 again on the ballot, man. So we want y'all to get out there and make it happen, y'all. Let's go.